My name is Inko and this is my China.
Esta francesa, que antes se dedicaba a practicar las artes marciales, hoy se encuentra en China tratando de posicionar una forma innovadora y original de interpretar la danza del vientre. No se pierda nuestro próximo capítulo de Extranjeros en China para conocer la historia de Inko, la bailarina de la danza del vientre tribal.
When I started belly dance in Beijing, I was quite alone. And during these past few months, something magic happened because I just find my tribe. My very first dream was to be an officer in army, so I went to the military high school to prepare this exam. And I love discipline, so that was not so difficult for me. I decided to left army because actually I am also an artist. And my dream were to go in China, and immediately after I left army, I practiced Kung Fu. It's a Chinese martial art, and I knew that I would go in China. And then I discovered tribal belly dance. And that was so snaky, feminine, dark. That was exactly what I was looking for. And from I work really hard because I'm like that. And usually I can train myself. I'm not afraid of that. So I grow without seeing it. I was not aware, but I grow fastly indeed. And I arrived to a point that I need to share, as I said. I really need to share. I love that so much that I need to teach. I need to perform with people because this is a tribe. It's not about being a star. It's not about being alone on stage. I like to feel this energy with me. It's so beautiful. And when you see the miracle, the miraculous improvement of students, it's really a gift. So I'm really happy with that.
I really enjoy studying under Inko because I think that somebody can be a really wonderful dancer, and maybe that means that they have a really sharp or a really precise technique, and that's wonderful. But I think that what Inko has is that she has the technique, but she also has like the spirit and the soul behind that to make her the beautiful dancer she is, and to make her into an amazing teacher.
I like the world, really, and I give something to it. And here it's really, I hug the moon, really. I really think to that, feel it, and I live that.
I agree. I actually am a dance teacher myself, and it's a tough balance to find between that being technically correct, which Inko is. You're a tough teacher. You're oh, yeah. And you work us. She really works us. She challenges us. But at the same time, she has so much compassion and patience and love for her students, and it makes us feel all safe, I think. And that's very important, is to create an environment that's safe for your students to learn and to grow.
I feel very honored to be a mentor to Inko and the Lunatic Moires. I really support their endeavor to bring together a sense of community and dance and joy, because Beijing's a very big city, it's a very intense city, and that the women have come together to create this very nurturing environment, that there is this place of safety and togetherness and support, and to be a mentor for that is, I think, really one of my highest honors as a performer.
It was a Saturday ATS class that Inko was leading, right?
Yeah. And I think the regularity of that class made the event much more fun. Having this super famous male tribal belly dancer just walk into our class and dance with us.
Hi! Wow! I just fell on my knee.
When she saw him, she was like, and then like jumped on him or something.
Yeah, she pounced.
Yeah. So it was crazy.
我今天一定要跟你上课。
I met Wendy the first time in Ningbo in 2013, and I was extremely impressed by this dancer.
我们在北京也见过好几次面，然后通过几次交流之后，我就觉得说啊，我一定要跟他好好的来跳舞。有机会的话，我一定要跟他好好跳舞。
That's unforgettable for me. The first time I saw him dancing, I just traveled. He made me travel.
尽我的一份力量，如果我把我自己所了解到一些文化元素，然后跟他一起来分享的话，是非常乐意的。向他更多的去学，他可以把他从国外的一些东西更多的带到我们中国来，所以我觉得这是一个最好的优势。
Everybody is always really surprised to see that men can belly dance, and that doesn't look weird at all. That is just so natural, and especially for Wendy, who is just so sensuous and powerful at the same time. It's really amazing.
Inko's enthusiasm and excitement about having Wendy in our class and was so infectious that I think it rubbed off on all of us.
That day I went to the National Opera Academy, and that was for meeting Tian. She's an amazing actress of Chinese opera. She's extremely graceful and gorgeous and so expressive, and especially I love her 眼神。
就是你看就是你自己在平时练习的时候，然后你对着镜子，这个练完以后，这转，然后从下往上。
This day we simply improvised. She improvised with her own art, and I improvised with my own art. So that was part dance and part act, and that was extremely natural, easy, and so surprising.
感觉很女性。一般他们的那个肢体语言全部是在胸腰以上，所以他一上场脚下特别灵活。 全是在这儿甩，
真可爱的开心，
开心是这样，立马拿剑有一个。
She used to play 琴曲 so I love her play the move of her body and the expressivity of her eyes. I love it. It's really inspiring for me.
和这个手一起玩手腕，好，眼睛看这个手，眼睛看这个指尖，就看这个指尖方向，随着这个指尖。 好，过来以后，往后，再往前，当，讨厌，就是这样。
我觉得作为一个学艺术的、搞艺术的，我们就应该有这种要去爱冒险、爱去创作的这种精神。我们一定要在艺术的这个原则的基础上，做一些我们自己的想法。我觉得如果这样的话，也可以随着这个社会时代的发展，然后做一些我们自己想做的东西。我觉得这是很有必要的。虽然有很多人，就是凡事都有侧面和正面，但是我觉得都是好的。如果你要不去做的话，我觉得你就永远前进不了。
我在这儿看你。对，咱们俩的这个。
因为不同相通点呢，因为它都是由那个肢体的语言把人物的内心给它外化了。像戏曲的，尤其是女性在表演的时候，那个胯部是不能随便乱动的。但这个肚皮舞呢，恰恰相反，它这个特点就是要以胯部和腰部来呈现它的这个想要表达的一些情感。我觉得不同点是在这个地方。
他的手，他的胳膊，
聊过这些。
对啊，有时如果不一样的话，反正配合在一起的，配合得很好。所以真的，本来这样提醒很难，但是跟你在一起非常容易，非常流利，没问题，真的。
I try to organize my craziness.
It's a process of transformation. You have to die to born again. For this workshop, I worked extremely.
And she really understands the nature of tribal fusion and where it comes from.
So after this meeting with Tian Tiao, I was extremely inspired by the legend of White Snake and by the idea of fusion between tribal belly dance and Chinese opera. But then another thing finished.
A list of craziness. I try to organize my craziness.
I found out that Mariah was in Beijing, and I was put in contact with her, and I really naturally asked her if she would like to give a workshop for us, and she just accepted. For this workshop, I worked extremely hard. I never did that before. I had to promote the workshop. I had to find a place for the class. I had to make the subscriptions. I just went crazy. It was amazing. I couldn't sleep. I didn't train also for more than 1 month. I was dead. I was really dead.
The impression it's like fate because I just don't even remember. Oh, that happened. That Mariah told me. And what about a workshop in Beijing? I don't even remember. I didn't ask her, but it happened. So I do that automatically because this is fate, I think. This is destiny to make it. So it's difficult and it's not in the same time. 不要太凶。22, 23. 你看一下，真好。You need 5 brains in one.
That's a price, and I enjoyed it actually. I know that because it's a process of transformation. You have to die to born again, to give another life to yourself.
Yeah, this is kind of game, cultural game. You have to play with them, and they play with you, of course. Also.
真的不行，下次再来的时候，我给你买块巧克力，怎么样？行吗？
我给你买，你给我在这。
不行，太少了，不 ，no。
Sometimes you have to play a lot. 朋友价格
便宜。
朋友价格
350。
350。
一张大的，一张大的。
太贵了。啊来，这个价格不行，太贵。我的耳朵疼，我已经花了不少钱这里。
OK， 给我买巧克力去啊。
Since they give me a good result, it's okay.
What's most important about a workshop is to get the message out there to as many artists in the community who would like to learn. You really have to educate them as to what tribal fusion has to offer so that they know whether or not they want to participate in it. Part of the problem with such a large market as Beijing is that where does the message go? How does it not get lost among all of the messages that are out there for just all the madness that is a mega city?
Yeah, so this is the flyer. You see that? It's really important because it will help us to promote the event, but also to introduce who is Mariah, what is tribal belly dance, and what we will learn in this amazing workshop.
开个单子吗？
谢谢你。然后你是不是要给我巧克力？
Okay?
Ah, thank you. 好的，谢谢，拜拜，
拜拜。
I am in the process. You can't go back now. I have a superstar coming in Beijing. I'm responsible of this event, and a lot of people expected it now. So I have to try my best to make the most beautiful event, the most friendly event, and the most sexy also event. And really, I want this event as a heart and an atmosphere, a really special atmosphere. So I love to do that, so it's not difficult for me to be motivated. It's like a dream, really. I think it happens by magic, really. Kind of magic, big magic. I chose a name that was Lunatic Moires, and that means goddess of fate, of destiny. And when I realized that Moira is also the perfect anagram of Moriah.
I first came to Beijing in 2008 to teach tribal fusion belly dance, and at the time none of my students were familiar with the art or really knew much about it. And since that time, blossoms have come up throughout China and throughout Asia, and I've come back yearly and taught. Inko is one of those blossoms, and she really understands the nature of tribal fusion and where it comes from, the bringing together of artists to dance from a sense of community and a sense of tribe. This is a really fundamental notion that goes beyond simply memorizing choreography or having beautiful costumes. It's a sense of togetherness and unity within a movement that is part of nature, of art, and part of people. And because she understands this so clearly, I'm very happy to work with her on her projects and her growth and development of the tribal fusion scene in Beijing.
When you want to do business in China, I think you have to make friends with Chinese first. It's really important. So the concept of friends is really important. You have to make 朋友. You have to 做朋友. And second, you have to make them happy. This is the second concept. 开心. Yeah. If you make people happy, they will always help you. It's super easy. I think you learn flexibility and patience in China because it never happens the way it has to happen initially. It's always surprising. So you have to be ready to any kind of situations. So it makes me more patient and professional in a way because I'm ready to everything. I know that everything can happen and it's good. At the beginning maybe it's difficult to accept, but you have to, and then it makes you grow a lot. I love that, indeed. Yeah.
Surjana, one of the sisters, prepared the dance room with a lot of little candles, incense, fruits, chocolate, water. It was really lovely. That was another world. In the first part, we studied a very high-level choreography, which was so gorgeous, so mystical, so deep, and everybody was so spellbinded.
We'll give you stuff. Ignore the camera. Okay, here we go.
The workshop was focused mainly on a fusion of tribal belly dance and Odyssey, that is to say, sacred Indian dance. This is a huge, huge honor for me and pleasure, of course, because this is just my guru. I love her. And I think she convinced everybody. There are a lot of new students here and they are all amazed by her way of teaching, by her beauty, by her knowledge. Yeah, so it's wonderful.
So then what happened was ATS, Salapore technique, had a baby. Tribal fusion. Yeah.
Everybody felt really, very at ease. I was a bit afraid of that. I was a bit afraid to see two groups, but actually no, that was really mixed and really easy. It's the first time, indeed, I experienced that. Usually I am the only foreigner in this kind of workshop, so I'm really proud of that. It's wonderful to achieve this result. During this workshop, we were really honored by the presence of the ATB boys. They are Chinese tribal belly dance superstars. They absolutely make tribal fusion belly dance grow in China. So for me, this is really important friends in China. They were really, I want to say modest, simple. They just were here with us. They follow every single class. For me, this is definitely the sign of a master to be humble. I think that amazing teachers are always studying. They are the first learner, they are the first student. They know that. They know how much they have to continue to learn.
这种舞蹈也是一个文化的推广，然后我觉得Inko非常不容易，我们很爱他，他又可以通过这个活动把我们 ATB 所有的同学都聚在一块儿，所以我们非常喜欢这个活动。
对这个舞蹈的发展有一个很大的开启的一个大门给我们，
所以只要是 Inko 做任何的事情，我们 ATB 所有成员都会一往的支持他。
I had never doubt of the success of it. I don't know why.
Oh, that was the best.
Intimidating, but also so powerful because
this is a beginning, and I know it will grow much, much bigger.
Yes, at the end of the workshop, we prepare ourselves to perform. So we were wearing makeup together. I mean, all the Lunatic Moires with fantastic Moria, and it's always such an honor to see a master wearing costumes, makeup. You learn a lot. For the final performance, we chose an Indian restaurant, and this is in the center of Beijing, very close to Drum Tower, so it's really lovely. Actually, that was a temple before, and you can feel it. It's extremely mystical, and we didn't feel in Beijing anymore. It was just like in India. Absolutely, I had never doubt of the success of it. I don't know why.
现在没有做的，有的人。
But even if it was awful to do, and I think it's normal. I think it's normal when you want to grow. That's normal. But even if it was really difficult, I never doubt of the success. Anyway, I had no choice. It has to happen in the most beautiful way. Okay, this dressing room was not ideal, but we had the most important, that is to say, the artistic energy, the humanity, and we were just all together.
Oh, that was the best. It was cold, very cold, but it was so cool. We had this fireplace, not fireplace, fire pit, and it was so amazing that we were dressed up and we were waiting a long time to start the first performance, but it was such a great atmosphere to be all together with Mariah and around this fire, and Yeah, it was a ritual.
When we danced, we were surrounded by people, which is intimidating, but also so powerful because, you know, you dance almost on the feet of people, your eyes, and they smile to you and you communicate directly with them. Maria danced the choreography she taught to us, and that was awesome, so awesome, just like a journey to another world. For me, it's an archetype of what I want to cultivate myself, that is to say, this combination between divinity and animal. And you have to see the costumes. This is yin and yang.
A couple months later, I find myself on the same stage as these people who are like, for the first time with these people who are, you know, famous and world-class dancers. That's really unique and really special, and I do feel like that's because it's in Beijing, because, I mean, come on, if it was New York or Paris or London, that probably wouldn't happen, but Beijing is the land of opportunity.
Absolutely, agree. When I was younger, I would look up to these dance heroes as if they were goddesses or gods, or now I know that they're not, they're just regular human beings, but their level of self-mastery and their level of skill, and I know the work and effort it took and energy it took to get there, and that's what causes this great admiration inside of me. And it's not that they're a king or a queen or some famous person, it's that they've really worked their butts off to get where they are.
I'm so thankful to them for organizing this event, and I know that many of the other attendees of the workshop are so thankful that this is happening, and that this is a movement not just from me as a teacher to a student, but as already a community of people coming together to work together, to share together, to bring more teachers here, to create more venues and space. So this is a beginning, and I know it will grow much, much bigger.
It's just endlessly mesmerizing. I am deeply grateful for the trust, the support and the love of my sisters. It's just a pure star for me. It's a pure guide in my life. My name is Inko, and this is my China. Ça va pas? C'est trop bien you.